Perfect. So welcome to the Gold and Silver Club end of week review for the 28th of February 2014, presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nick Cowsey at the Gold and Silver Club. Today, we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities market. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will cover an end-of-week summary for gold, silver, oil, natural gas, and the commodity currencies. We'll be reviewing our top trade of the week. We'll be going through live market commentary, technical analysis, and we'll also cover the week ahead. So key events looking forward. And of course, we'll be answering any of your questions that you may have on today's call as well. So this week has been a very interesting week, again, for the commodities markets. The rundown on the fundamentals has been really to do with midweek, the Janet Yellen comments, which have boosted the price of gold this week. Federal Reserve Chairman Janet Yellen's comments have boosted the gold price. That rose on Thursday following remarks by the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen to the US Senate during her speech. Yellen acknowledged the US economy had slowed down again, boosting gold's safe haven appeal with traders. Yellen's speech wasn't much different from her remarks to a House of Representatives a few weeks ago. However, she did mention the US economic data has been weaker than expected since the beginning of the year. So her comments raised speculation that the central bank could reduce the current pace of tapering or put things on hold at the next FOMC meeting in March. A report that could influence the Fed's decision is likely to be next Friday's non-farm payroll report. So that's scheduled for 1:30 p.m. GMT, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And for 2 straight months, non-farm payroll data has missed expectations. So next Friday's report could be pivotal and will certainly offer further clues about the health of the world's largest economy and whether the Fed will keep its monthly asset purchases at the current pace or taper the tapering which is currently going ahead. So that is the latest news on the fundamentals. Before we start and we look at the technicals and the top trade of the week, for those of you who are new, welcome. And for those of you returning, great to see you back here. I'm Phil Carr, professional trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, and the commodity currencies. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Cowsey, professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. And prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, the mindset and tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we've appeared frequently on financial television. So that's a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. If we take a look at the gold price right now, we are currently trading at $1,330 per ounce. So we're stuck in a bit of a consolidation at the moment on gold. It's looking quite interesting technically. We'll take a look at that very shortly on our charts. Before we do so, top trade of the week this week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies has in fact been on gold. We had a nice opportunity of a nice key Fibonacci level this week as the price reversed, found resistance to take a short position, and that was simply coming in at the level of resistance there, coming in at 1340 and taking that position, selling short and coming all the way back down to the next key Fibonacci level, 1325, for a nice 3-to-1. So the risk on the trade was 50 points, so for each lot traded, $500 risk, and the profit on that was 140 points, for $1,400 profit for a nice 3-to-1 on gold midweek. That was our top trade of this week, being gold. And we'll move over to the technicals now for you. So we're going to cover the commodities and see how the markets are looking as we come into the end of the week. Okay, good. Right, the first market I want to draw your attention to is actually going to be WTI crude oil. Just draw back my trend line. WTI crude oil has been had a very strong run over 2014 so far. We've seen the usual seasonality play out during the month of February, which is normally, we normally see a rally. It's a bullish month for energies in general, particularly natural gas, but also WTI crude oil. We've come back down and retested the lower end of this trend channel. We've actually retested that just this morning. And you can see here where we're finding support. If you go back on the chart, you can see where this trend channel has been in place since really mid-January, where we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 tests of that. And also the resistance channel to the upside here is following a very similar channel too. So where the price is at the moment, we've come down, we're bouncing around the Fibonacci level. I quite like this from where the price is right now. If you look at the 4-hour chart here, you can see more clearly where we're seeing a little bit of a bounce, had a consolidation, starting to break back above the 102.21 Fibonacci level here. So I would, this is one which I'm quite interested in at the moment. It's one of our top picks for today. So WTI crude oil. So if we can continue, we've broken out this consolidation. We have a little move up higher here. We could come back up to yesterday's high here, which would be around about 1,290, and possibly if we can get a move higher than that, a continued move for Friday, we may come up to the weekly highs here, which would take us around 103.40, and that would represent a 100-point move. So that is one of our top picks of the day at the moment. So WTI crude oil, as we continue to bounce off this downward trending channel, it's a pretty nice little setup there at the moment. So WTI is going to be one of our top picks for this morning. As we move over to the other energies, we're just going to go over, actually we'll go over to gold now. So gold continues to be a consolidation. You can see here actually on gold that we are maintaining support at 1325. We're keeping above some key moving averages, where we've got a nice level of support here, which is being held on gold at the moment around 1325. This is just on the daily time frame at the moment. Key levels here to break 1336 or a break below 1324. So again, this is going to be one to watch for us today, certainly. So we could see a move lower here from 1324, breakdown to 1306, or a break above here from 1336 up to weekly highs of 1345. That's what we'll be looking out for today. You can see a bit of indecision on the market just today, but we're waiting for a breakout in either direction here. So gold looking very interesting. If we take it to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see that consolidation a little bit more apparent as we just continue to bounce off the 1325 fib level here. So key level of support, and we're just continuing to see the market bounce off that level right now. So at the moment, we are waiting to see which way gold is going to break currently. So that should be quite interesting. It's going to be an interesting one to watch certainly today. So I'll just show you that. This is what we're looking at the moment, this consolidation zone which we're seeing on gold currently. So 1336 key level here, or a break below 1325. So that's what we're keeping an eye on just today. And for the time being, we look like we're just going to continue to channel within these within this zone. So gold definitely one to watch today. If we take a look over and have a look at silver, silver managed to find some support off its 200-day moving average yesterday. It came down, retested that. We closed with a doji yesterday. You can see a little bit of a hammer forming on the daily time frame. We might be due a pullback here on silver. If we take a look at copper, copper's not doing too well at the moment. So if we move over and we have a look at the copper market, copper on the daily and the weekly is looking pretty bearish. So look at the weekly. We did actually look at the monthly. We're now coming towards the end of the month. I don't know if you can see that here. We've got a massive, probably can't see it there. See if I'll remove that trend line, just give you a better view. Had a nice weekly inverse hammer there, which came down. It's right on triggering hitting the trend line at the moment on copper. So definitely had a key event area. But if we look at the monthly, massive inverse hammer here on the monthly on copper. So that could, we could see that trigger a sell-off in silver and gold. So the metals are quite heavily correlated. Normally copper is the first mover here. So We'll keep an eye on that trend line, which is being supported at the moment on copper. If we take it to the daily, we can see that we're now below the key moving averages on copper. We're below, you can see all of these key moving averages, particularly the 200 as well. And it's just consolidating, finding a little bit of support around this key trend line. So we'll be watching out for that with copper. The reason I bring that up is because silver might follow copper down here. So we have to keep an eye on that at the moment. So on the 4 hour, we're consolidating a bit here on silver. We did break down through a Fibonacci level. So you can see here we were consolidating on silver, this key level of support around 21.36. We then broke down, retested just shy of the Fibonacci 20.94. We're just continuing to consolidate here. And then what we're looking out for here is either a further breakdown, again, retest of 21 and possibly a break of that, come down to the next key levels below, or we may get some support here and come back up to the next key level of 21.64 here, and possibly if it can really put on a good run here back up to 22. I would say at the moment the jury's out really on silver right now, but if it follows copper, we'll see it come down. We can see some key moving averages are starting to turn a little bit lower here on silver at the moment. So silver for me is not top trade of the day. We need to get more information here, but gold definitely one of the top picks of today, and also WTI crude oil. Here we go. You can see this move is already starting to develop. I'm personally looking at this to come up towards the yesterday's high here for about another 50 to 100 point move to the upside within this upward trending channel. If we look at Brent at the moment, Brent actually came down, retested the Fibonacci level this morning, just above the 50-day moving average here. So this is actually a really key level for Brent, 108.43. For any of you seasoned oil traders out there, this is a major Fibonacci level going back on a 3-year chart. It's a 50% level, and this level just gets tested time and time again. It's been tested again this morning, so if WTI can get some strength here just today, if it can follow through, and we can see some support, if we go into the 4-hour time frame, let's take a look. If this 108.43 level gets supported, we may see a nice move higher here. Otherwise, if it breaks, it will just come down to the next Fibonacci level, 107.81. But at the moment, we'll see if it follows with WTI. I do prefer the WTI setup at the moment to Brent. WTI is looking stronger. I want to see which way this is going to go for Brent at the moment. But I think if it can find support around this key level, it could have some good move, about 100-point move back up to 109.32. So that's what I'll be looking out for on Brent. I want to take your attention over to some other commodities just today as well, because we've got some very interesting moves. I want to take you over to coffee. And coffee at the moment, we've had a huge move on coffee over the 2014 so far. Last week's move on coffee was the biggest move since 1999 in 1 week on coffee, over 360-point move. Huge surge in coffee. A lot of crops in Brazil were damaged during the month of January due to a massive heat wave. I was actually in Brazil at the beginning of the year, and I can provide testimony to that. It was incredibly hot, and that's actually caused a lot of crop damage in Brazil, and that Brazil is the #1 importer of coffee throughout the world, and that has caused a huge spike up in the price of coffee here. In fact, it's had almost, I think it's about a 33% move to the upside. For those of you who subscribe to our newsletter, you'll get more details on that at the weekend, but we've had a huge surge up in coffee. It's come and hit a major Fibonacci level, 181.15. So we can see where it's just come up, hit that Fibonacci level. But we've had the move we had last week. It took 3 months from October to January to generate the same 360-point move as we saw in 1 week last week. Coffee, very interesting market at the moment. So if we take a look, the market has come up, found consolidation around this key Fibonacci level. And you can see here where we just come up, we've tested around the 181 key fib level. We're starting to form a bit of a consolidation here. We'll be interested to see if we're going to see some profit taking, possibly a reversal back down to 16.22. If we can get a solid breakout here, we could really be in for a nice move. You can see this consolidation, which is developing at a key fib level for about another 230 points. So we are very interested to see if we're going to either get a breakout or a pullback. But coffee certainly a strong event area at the moment. Another market you might want to look at on the softs is also soybean market. So the soybean market at the moment put in a massive spike yesterday as well. The agricultural markets are certainly getting some good moves in 2014. We had a huge inverse hammer put on the daily yesterday. We can see that triggered ever so slightly. This could be a reversal signal at the moment on the soybean market. We may get a retest come down to 1,359 on soybeans. We're going to be keeping an eye on that as well. I do like these two markets at these key event areas at the moment. Very lucrative for your trades. Also, if we take a look at natural gas, like Brent has had quite a nice pullback this week. We have actually found some support here at quite a key level. So if we take a look at natural gas and we just look at previous levels of resistance going back to December, so you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 tests, 5 tests here. Now we're finding support at that key level as well. So definitely an event area for natural gas. We want to see if we're going to get some support around this 4.435 level. And if we see Brent and WTI find some support here and start to rally, we'll probably see the same on natural gas, and we could be due some really nice moves to the upside here, just looking at key fib levels for our next entry levels. So you can see natural gas is just consolidating. We want to see how it's going to react at this 4.435 level at the moment. So yeah, in terms of top picks at the moment, the markets will be focusing heavily on today. We're going to be looking at gold. There's some, looks like we're going to get a breakout in the direction. WTI, definitely. We are going to also be focusing on natural gas and also the setup that we've got here. We've got a really nice event area here at the moment on coffee as well. So coffee we're going to be keeping a lot of focus on. So if you want more information on that, do make sure you pay attention to our newsletter at the weekend. We'll be giving more details about the setups that we're looking at here. The week ahead, we've got Monday, 3rd of March. We have the US ISM Manufacturing PMI, the Institute of Supply Management, the ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, reports on business is based on data compiled from monthly replies to questions asked by purchasing and supply executives in over 400 industrial companies. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And that's Monday, 3rd of March, 3 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. Eastern time. That will have an impact on the US dollar index and also affect gold and silver. Next Wednesday, the 5th of March, we have the US ADP non-farm payment employment change. That report is measurement of the monthly change in non-farm private employment based on the payroll data of approximately 400,000 US businesses. The release 2 days ahead of government data, this news, and the change in the indicator can be very volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. That's next Wednesday, 5th of March, 1:15 p.m. GMT, 8:15 EST, and that comes out just a couple of days before Friday's non-farm payroll. Next Wednesday, so for everybody trading energies, for you crude oil traders, very important announcement is the crude oil inventories, 3:30 GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and that data report the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in inventory. Commercial firms report their inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then moving into next week, Thursday, 6th of March, we have the US natural gas storage report. So very important for your natural gas trades. That is at 3:30 p.m. GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. The Energy Information Administration, the EIA, provides a natural gas storage report measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So while this is a US indicator, it does tend to have a greater impact as well on the Canadian dollar due to Canada's sizable energy sector. That's important because the CAD is also correlated to oil price. Next Friday, 7th of March, we have US trade balance. That is at 1:30 p.m. GMT, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. That report measures the difference in value between imported and exported goods and services over the reported period. So a positive number indicates that more goods and services were exported than imported, and a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Next Friday, the 7th of March at 1:30 p.m. GMT, 8:30 a.m. EST, we have a US non-farm payroll. So the non-farm payroll measures the change in the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. Job creation is, of course, the foremost indicator of consumer spending, accounts for the majority of economic activity. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Again, this is probably next week's most high impact announcement that we have for the commodities market. So it's next Friday at 1:30 p.m. So those are the top 6 announcements you want to watch out for your commodities trading moving into next week. And of course, for those of you who would like to really find out more and take your trading to the next level, you can find out more about our upcoming workshops, also how to join our live trading room and join our exclusive membership and exclusive community of international traders at the Gold and Silver Club. You can find out more about that just very simply at jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, or you can call our office, either our London office, our Johannesburg office, or our New York office on the numbers displayed on the screen. Or if you want to just quickly get in touch, just email us at office@thegoldandsilverclub.com to request more information on our live trading room and coaching programs available. Also, make sure you take advantage and subscribe to our newsletter at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. You'll get free weekly gold, silver, oil, commodity currency news, live market analysis, and prices. Okay, so with that, guys, there are the details on the screen for you all. I wish you good luck for the rest of today's trading, and of course next week, and we will catch you all on the next webinar next Friday. Okay, take care, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.